All right. Hello, everyone. I welcome to WN Esports, the start of the 2023 fall season. Have our first match tonight. It'll be Wellington Napoleon versus Fairplay High School. I am your host, Miles Hodson, an alumni, and with me I have.
I am Matthew Travis, another alumni of WN Esports.
You're also very loud on stream. I'm gonna turn you down a little bit. Whoops. All right. So tonight, like I said, we have the WN High School versus the Fairplay High School. First match of the season. Very much hype going into this. Last year, Wellington Napoleon went fourth in state. I believe that is their third year in a row going to state as well. And this is actually 5 years of Wellington Napoleon Esports or Tigers Deos, however you want to end up calling it.
No, that's pretty exciting. I know coming into it, especially helping found the club, it's kind of crazy to know that we've passed it on to a new generation.
It is also, yeah, that is insane to think about. We actually, both me and Matthew here, have younger brothers who are on the starting varsity lineup, and we'll actually be able to see them play tonight, which is very exciting to see.
I know it's kind of crazy seeing that my little brother, like seeing his growth through the program, as I know that I grew up, and seeing him grow has been pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's been fantastic to watch. But speaking of the lineup, let's go ahead and look at Team 1 for tonight. And that'll start out with Pig Dini on Ryan, Milkman Mason on DPS, Tucker Martin on DPS, Vitamin C on support, and QB Dog on support as well.
This is I'm not gonna lie, Miles. This is one of the more stacked lineups we've seen in a minute.
This actually is an insanely crazy lineup. A lot of talent packed into this small roster.
Yeah, I know the support line's it's pretty bolstered with I know we have our subs like Ashley Davis and Sarah Chaplin as well playing our subs, and those four alone, Miles, could probably beat us at this point.
Oh, okay. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. But yeah, this team of Tigers Deos for the 5th season, 2023, is looking great. And they're very excited going ahead and get into this series. Let's go ahead and take a look at the actual map pool for tonight as well, as we're going to be starting on Lejeune Towers, which kind of is a Wellington staple at this point.
Miles, what can I say? I mean, I've had countless boops on this map. Like, it's probably my favorite map, and my favorite map to have W in play.
Yeah, that is fair. Yeah, it is. I'm 100% hoping to see some Night Market, and I'm wanting to see some Symmetra TP play.
Oh, yeah.
That's just the Wellington special. That's Wellington special. Following that, though, we got Kings Row, Dorado, Esperanza, and Nepal. No flashpoints this season, which is interesting to see, but I also get why there's no flashpoints, as just came out very new. But
yeah. No, I would have to agree. I think it's a little too new, and like if they phase it into the season later on, I could see that happening. But as it's like came out not even a month ago, I think it's safe to say
just about a month ago.
Yeah, this is a good idea.
But yeah, let's go ahead and hop into the action on Lejeune Towers. Right here. And we are going to be seeing... Oh, no. This is the part, that's the fun of doing it on the fly. So you're going to have to change some stuff up. But yeah, we are going to be seeing WN on the blue coming out of spawn. And it looks like we're going to be running an Orisa Symmetra.
With an Echo, Ana, and Baptiste.
Very strange composition coming out from Wellington here, I feel like. I don't really feel like this is something they've been... Well, the support line, definitely, because Wellington is cursed to the
Miles,
support line.
We've been running double flex since you and me were in high school, so I think at this point it's just meant to be.
But yeah, Wellington ends up going high ground here, and this is really good for the Symmetra. She's able to just beam down, and Fairplay's just going to have to walk back. Milkman Mason comes in with the entry pick on the Bastion, and the team's just going to be able to clean up after this. They're going to have no sustain now, and they do just that.
I think the Symmetra play was the right play. You just take so much space, and you can have so much crowd control with it. especially with those turrets, and you have quick rotates with your TP. So I think it's a really good play by WN Esports here.
And it's definitely paying off for WN as they're already nearing 60% on both of their DPS ultimates.
Yeah, I think these ultimates are going to be huge to come into play here in the second fight. As we see the Symmetra keeping on beaming down that Orisa. That doesn't let Fairplay's tank get any room to walk.
Yeah, this is a very aggressive hold from Tiger Stay or WN Esports on this door, but with the Symmetra, the amount of beam damage you can do with her turrets and everything, you're just going to be able to shred. And we're actually going to see the Moira for Fairplay falling off the map there. That's going to be a very big blunder for them. It's going to take a lot of time to regroup now.
Yeah, but they could definitely regroup, especially since they're coming up like on 87% on their Soldier Ultimate. Like, I could see them re-engaging with the Soldier Ultimate after this window's passed.
I was going to make fun of the Baptiste window here as a zoning ultimate, but Tucker Martin was able to capitalize off top of that. And we're going to see Cole going in here with Big Anti combined with the Orisa ult, and we're going to see Pig Dini picking up 3 picks in that fight.
That was a really good play between Vitamin T and Pig Dini here. It was we see the Orisa ultimate bringing them all together, and then Andrew Travis just hitting them with the anti-grenade, preventing them from getting any heals at all.
Fantastic team coordination from both of those on that play, but looks like Fairplay's going to be using a couple ults here. Symmetra does go down. Let's take a quick look over at Cole as Mason ends up finding 2. Cole finds 1, and it's just a cleanup from WN at this point.
Yeah, and I think that was a really well-timed ultimate from Milkman Mason here to be able to get to trade those ultimates and have the fight still end up in favor of WN.
We are nearing 90% at this point. Wellington only does have 1 ultimate online, but we are getting close to another window. Katsune and Grav available for Fairplay. They're not going to get anything from it, however, and Rainy's fallen down to Tucker Martin, and no one touches the point.
Yeah, honestly, this is a really good spawn, almost spawn holes from WN Esports. I'd like to see Fairplay try and utilize that high ground on the right side if they can, just to try and get WN off of that door, because then that Semester has to reposition her turrets, and then it's going to be a lot harder for WN to hold them.
And oh my goodness, Matthew, we got it.
We got Night Market.
We got the Night Market.
I say?
And of course, we're already on the Symmetra, so if I'm not seeing the TP to window, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed. But I feel like Wellington will need the advantage getting point first.
Miles, we might have to call to New York if they don't.
New York might be getting a call if I do not see some Symmetra TP action. But let's go ahead and take a look at Milkman Mason's POV. And by the fact that he's standing still right now, I'm assuming there's going to be a TP that he's just not going to take. Is this a fake out? It's not a fake out anymore. Miles, that he got picked by the Bastion.
You know, Miles, I think Milkman Mason might have been AFK there for a second.
Man. Yeah, maybe we're calling New York for a different reason at this point.
Yeah. I think we need a cam check.
We're actually going to be seeing the supports from WN popping off on that first fight. Each of them getting a single pick, but they're kind of walking off the point, leaving a Sojourn alive. Does not matter. Jackson's going to clean that up.
Miles, it's just a classic support each other. You know, we used to do it all the time, and we've just passed it down to the next generation.
The supports that as long as the supports are supporting each other, it does not matter how the rest of the team fight goes.
Nope.
Going ahead and take a look over at Pig Dini.
We see Pig Dini just holding the front line, trying to keep Fairplay at bay here, and we see him go in with his rolling javelin.
Huge anti.
You know, Miles, is it safe to say that I coached that? You know, I've coached that into existence.
Oh, okay. Okay, bud. But huge play coming out from Vitamin C here, allowing for Pig Dini to clean up on that team fight there.
Nah, huge anti-nade from Vitamin C. What can I say? It runs in the family. The perfect Ana plays.
And it does look like Fairplay's going to go top ground, or high ground here, which to me doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Their Sigma's disconnected. It's kind of looking like a little bit messy coming out of Fairplay at this point.
No, honestly, if that Sigma goes high ground with their team, I think that they can completely take this space away from WN. They would have had the synergy, and then the Sigma on the high ground, nothing beats Sigma on high ground, honestly. With his ability to burst damage, and we see Milkman Mason honestly double teaming the Echo and the Bastion and the Baptiste here, and he is going to get the stagger off on the Baptiste.
Yeah, really good clean out from Wellington there. Being able to get some of those stagger picks at the end, and we're going to see a flanking at this point as well, which will be interesting. I mean, the entire team's flanking, actually. He does get spotted out by the Kiriko. Terra Surge does come out. Doesn't really get a whole lot. Huge rock coming out from Milkman Mason, stunning the Sigma out of ultimate, and now it's just a cleanup from WN.
Yeah, honestly, great ultimate and huge rock by Milkman Mason there.
And that
As
does
we see
appear to be the end of that first map there.
Yeah, no, that was honestly great map control by WN to keep them all coming into that same spot to where they could just hold that with the Symmetra turrets.
Yeah, amazing.
And then play off of that.
Amazing play. Exactly what you're expecting to see from Tigers Dales. But that is, let's call it, their home turf on Lijiang Towers.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing first map plays, first game of the season, regular season that is. Looks great from Wellington Napoleon. Can they keep it together? That is the main question. We are going to go to a quick break, and we'll catch you after that. Hello everyone. Today we'll be going over the basics of the 5v5 multiplayer game Overwatch. We will talk about the characters and the map types. In Overwatch, you have 3 different classes. You have your tanks, who are going to generally be your front line, and the ones that are taking the brunt of the damage for the team. And then you have your damage, or DPS. Your damage players will be the main fraggers for the team, and these players will be the ones who are dealing the most damage for the team as well. And then finally, you have your support players. Your supports are going to be the ones who are keeping your team alive and sustaining everyone throughout the fights of the game. Now on to the game modes that are in Overwatch. There are 5 of them: Control, Escort, Hybrid, Push, and Flashpoints. Control is a best of 3 King of the Hill style game mode, where the objective is to hold the point to 100%. The first team to win 2 rounds of Control will win the map. Next we have Escort. In Escort, both teams will push the payload the furthest they can. Whoever can push the payload furthest before their time runs out will win the map. In cases where both teams push the payload the entire full distance of the map, the game will not reset, but the cart will start from 0 again, and will keep going until one or both teams run out of time. Now on to Hybrid. Hybrid is a hybrid game mode between Escort and an old game mode called Assault. For the first capture point, the attacking team will need to capture 100% of the objective. This will then unlock the Escort part of the map, where the attacking team will push the payload as far as they can. Whoever can take the capture point or push the payload the furthest will end up winning the map. Continuing on to Push, Push is similar to Escort. However, instead of a payload, your goal is to push the robot as far as you can. Both teams will be constantly fighting for progress, and whichever team pushes the robot the furthest will end up winning the map. And finally, we have Flashpoint. Flashpoint is similar to Control, except instead of rounds, after you fully capture a Flashpoint, another one will open up on the map. First team to win 3 Flashpoints will end up winning the map. I would like to thank you all for watching, and be sure to watch out for the future for more content about everything Overwatch. All right, and welcome back, everyone. We do actually have some substitutions coming out for WN High School. We're actually going to be seeing this complete support line getting subbed out here of Jackson and Andrew, and we're actually going to be getting Ashley and Sarah subbed in.
Yeah, Miles, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen a whole lot of Sarah play, but I've heard that she's pretty good from what I've talked to with Gavin and Mason. But honestly, I like this lineup. This lineup of a Kiriko and Mercy. I think it's looking pretty good.
It will be interesting to see how Wellington is going to be able to utilize the Mercy in their comp. Is she going to pocket support someone, or is she going to be a general Mercy for the entire team? Because Mercy can deal a lot of healing if you put her up for the big overall heals, but that's not necessarily what you want to do with a Mercy.
No, absolutely. And she has, honestly, for the lack of quote-unquote utility she has, she actually has a lot of utility. She has the resurrect, she has her movement, and she has that damage boost. And I think that they're going to utilize that damage boost the most on Milkman Mason here.
Now now how are they going to utilize that on Keen's Row, our next map?
I don't know. You could see a Sojourn come out, as that's been one of Mason's signature characters. But you could also use a Widow and enable her to hit one-shot body shots.
That would be scary, and I think Fair Play should be a little scared of that. Let's go on ahead and head into the action in game and see what Wellington has cooking. And oh no, I see it already. The Widow. I'm getting some flashbacks to the Big Gav Widow.
Uh-oh.
Are we going to be seeing some flashbacks? Gavin comes out of spawn, gets 3 perhaps?
Miles, I think we will. I think we will.
There's only one way to see.
I'm fairly confident in Mason's abilities as Widow. I think as I've seen Mason improve over the years, he's improved astronomically.
That is entirely fair, and Fair Play is playing very aggressive here. We're actually also going to be seeing the Genji coming out for Tucker Martin, and Wellington's going to be going for more of a general overall brawl. And oh, we almost get the Bastion at the very first there, but it doesn't look like it was meant to be. Body shot on the Baptiste, but it doesn't look like we are at the shooting range for the day.
And another headshot onto the Bastion here, as we see Milkman Mason kind of repositioning here to try and get another look on the Fair Play supports.
Now, Fair Play is kind of playing a little bit all over the place, and it does seem to be confusing Wellington a little bit, and Wisp is actually going to be able to fall, which is going to be a huge blunder for Wellington. Yeah,
I think that split defense that they had honestly worked out in their favor, as you had 2 people on each side of the pillar trying to chip away at the Reinhardt shield and then peek out at the supports afterwards.
Wellington kind of looks a little confused, I think is the best way to put it. We're seeing a couple swaps come out here. The Widow and the Reinhardt, no more, going for the Zarya and the Echo.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that's a good swap from Pigdini, as we see Orisa a lot of the times being able to stop Reinhardt's right in their tracks just with her utility.
Let's go on ahead and take a look over at the Zarya, who is high charge, going for the Baptiste, but you got the entire rest of the team shooting at your back. And it does look like the Fair Play's going to reposition off the point, which is going to be huge for Tiger Stales here.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. As we see Cole just being able to keep that pressure on the Fair Play and having them get off the point with just that 100% charge. Zarya is practically unstoppable when she's at that charge.
Considering that Fair Play has no shield tanks or anything, Zarya's just going to be able to walk through and do whatever she wants. Orisa can't really handle Zarya very well.
Yeah, I think that they should consider swapping to a Ramatra or a Sigma even, just to try and outplay the shields with the shields a little bit, and then you have, like, if you play Ramatra, you have the I can't even think of the abilities. It's been so long since I played, where he can just pummel through the bubbles.
Some great Kiriko gameplay here, being the designated cart pusher. We're actually going to see an ultimate come out from Milkman Mason. Not really sure what that's all about.
I think he wanted to get a little bit aggressive and try and hold the space if he could.
But Wellington's already playing extremely aggressive here. I don't know how much more aggressive you want to play, especially considering you only have Mercy heals.
Yeah, I completely agree with you though.
I feel like
as we see the Orisa fall low
here. Maybe a Genji Blade as well. Nope, does not need it. Just a simple cleanup, and Wellington's going to be able to win another team fight here for absolutely nothing. Double support or double tank or well, technically tank. Bastion's a tank. Double ult being used by Fair Play in a losing battle.
Yeah, I do think that was a little bit of a mistake, but I do see the vision. If you can try and get 2 of those picked off early with the far spawns for Wellington, I think you could have gotten back in the fight right after that.
Yeah, this is very brutal for Fair Play here. I'm expecting to see a Genji Blade this fight. Visor comes out from Fair Play. Doesn't look like it's going to get anything. Tucker Martin gets one, goes for a second on the Bastion. May be able to clean up. Dash doesn't get anything. Immortality comes out. Same with Suzu. This will be a perfect time for an ult from a Genji. Dash is in. Slice 1, slice 2. Gets one. Actually doesn't get any of them. Gets that one. But that is the entire team dead already.
No, I think that was a really good use of a blade there to try and chip down the Orisa so we could follow up with it. And then he dashes in and gets the Baptiste as well. Like that's a blade I would use.
Very, very good resource blade, I think you could call it.
Oh, absolutely. And we see Pigdini coming up on a grab here as well. And we also have the Kiriko ult looking to be used probably this fight.
Solo
As we see the grab come out.
Double Kiriko coming out for Wellington here. Just kind of trying to end this fight so we can go on ahead and get onto defense.
Yeah, good. Great push by WN Esports.
There's not really a whole lot to say about it, if I'm
There really
to be
isn't.
honest. It happened, and now we're on defense for Wellington Napoleon.
All right, Miles. What are we thinking team comp wise? You think we're gonna see just the same as we got last round?
I think Wellington's gonna experiment a little bit, if I'm gonna be completely honest.
Is Nate going to cook?
I don't know about cook. I think burn the food, but yes, you could consider it cooking. We might see some war crimes. That's all I'm saying.
I would be okay with a Torbjorn here.
A Roadhog is basically the same thing at this point. Pigdini coming out on the Roadhog, which is just... It is something.
And as we see Wisp come out here on the Ana, listen, I've seen her play Ana. She's pretty good.
Actually, the one thing I really want to point out here is Sarah coming out on the Kiriko. Really?
I was not aware that. Yeah, I was not aware that was in her hero pool.
Very interesting to see her swap off of the Mercy, but it's also pretty cool to see. All support of that.
Oh, absolutely. I am not a fan of the Mercy jail. I was a part of it eventually at one point.
Still part of it, man. Only thing you're good at. But yeah, we're gonna be we're gonna see Fair Play coming out on the attack here. Not a whole lot changed from them, but we are gonna see a Widow at the beginning. Don't know how well it's gonna play in a Wellington's comp, but we don't have shields, so they might be able to get a pick here and there.
Yeah, and this Winston is going to be crucial into this dive, trying to get rid of the Wellington supports here.
And I think Wellington does have a pretty good defense against that dive with Hook and Sleep.
Yeah, and Suzu as well.
Yeah, Suzu's also going to be big. Suzu is already used, however, and we're going to see Wisp go down. The dive looks pretty effective on Wellington, as Tucker Mark also goes down. This is detrimental to Wellington.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't think that the Roadhog experiment is going to work out too well here.
They all seem very split up right now, and it's kind of turning into... Well, I mean, Wellington is sustaining.
Yeah, I'm proud of the sustain. I'm surprised that they were able to stay alive here with only one support.
Wisp does get back and goes back to spawn for a little dance. Pigdini goes down. Bap window is used for Fair Play, and Wellington just kind of seem to be staggering onto this point.
Yeah, at this point, I think that they are just trying to stagger and try and wait and see if they can regroup, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Wellington does keep the hog, however, so... Oh, Lucio overextending. Is he going to get punished? He does. Pigdini gets a huge hook onto that.
Yeah, and that's going to be huge for Fair Play to lose. As we see Milkman Mason trying to take a peek on the Widow, but without the Lucio, they have no speed boost for their Winston at all on their dives.
We are going to see the Bastion ultimate and Widow ultimate coming out for Fair Play. However, the Bastion ultimate doesn't seem to be getting anything, and their Winston is incredibly low. Oh, no.
As we see Tucker Martin here dueling a Lucio, but they do end up finding it with Milkman Mason's help. Tucker Martin falls onto the Widow, and then onto the Bastion as well.
Add it to the montage. Add it to the montage.
Listen, Miles, I think that should just be a clip in itself. We have to start off with the fail though. We have to start off with the fail on the Lucio, and then clip it to the nice plays.
True, have like a base drop and everything for every dash.
Oh, absolutely. And Miles, dare I say that we're gonna get a Nano Blade?
Dare you say it? I think you're right, and I am all for it. It would be best to go ahead and try to use it. Oh, we're gonna see it come out. Slashes once, gets the Emor, gets the BAP, Bastion down, and that's actually a pretty decent Genji Blade.
That's a great Nano Blade. great utility because they also got out the primal rage from the Winston.
And Wellington does get actually a full team wipe here, and we do see the Mason Sojourn as he duplicates it on the Echo.
Listen, Miles, I did say that we could see it, and I was not wrong.
Your prediction was correct. That's what we need to start making, like, ridiculous predictions at the start.
Can we get a bingo card? Can we get a bingo card?
We need a W in Esports bingo card.
I'm all for it. As we do see,
actually see the Sarah Mercy actually come back out. And she must have been on this for a while because she does have ultimate. I just guess I've missed it.
Miles, I think that she's just good at building the ultimate. What can I say?
That is entirely fair. Beat does come out here. Sleep missed, but that does not matter as Wellington's already up 1, up 2, up 3. Pigdini low. He makes it out alive, however. Bastional coming out from Fair Play again. Is it going to get anything? It does not.
Miles, all I saw there was a perfect beat. That was a perfectly timed beat by Fair Play. If only he could have caught the Winston for him.
Milkman Mason finding an early pick here, and that's just going to continue on for Fair Play staggers. This is looking very rough for Fair Play here, but very good for Wellington. Pixie Rose ends up finding one in his elimination there, and looks like Cole's just doing whatever he wants. We're seeing another duplication, and this time we're seeing it on a Baptiste.
Oh my goodness. As we see, I think we've seen Milkman Mason play 2 supports so far this map.
Let's see if he duplicates a tank. We can get like a
we can just have a
star here.
Yeah, we can just have a 5-man team of Milkman Mason.
I mean, who's stronger, you know? Fair Play or 5 Milkman Masons?
I would have to say Fair Play because unless you have it, Miles, I don't have cloning technology.
That is entirely fair. But it does just look like it's kind of stalling out for Fair Play here, and unless they make a big switch or able to find a really good entry pick, I don't see a whole lot changing.
No, I would have to agree. This Winston's gonna have to find something in order to win this, in order to be able to win these team fights.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing, Matthew?
Miles, I'm seeing another Nano Blade coming along.
I'm seeing another Nano Blade, and here it comes out, gets one. He's lost, he's confused.
And he almost goes down.
That was a rough
play.
Clutch. It was a distraction play. It was a thinker's man's blade. Makes you think.
It does make you think, and it made them think because they said we're still able to win the team fight. As we see a Bastion come out
Bastion ults have came out this match? I feel like I've seen it like 20 times.
No, Jumpy Lion is onto something with this Bastion pick, and he's able to feed it just right into the Roadhog too.
Oh, big Reflect coming out, and we got a flanking Bastion here. Or Genji.
Flanking Genji, Miles.
Flanking Genji. Same
As we do see the Winston follow low as well.
Milkman Mason
and
actually
Milkman Mason
huge there.
3.
With 12 seconds remaining. And double supports allowed for Fair Play. Are they going to be able to touch? I actually don't think they are.
And honest, this duplication by Milkman Mason that was crucial in ending this map for Tiger Steos.
Very good map play. Yes, they did end up losing that first point there, but still a very good map from Tiger Steos there as a whole.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I don't think that there were many mistakes except for that first fight on the defense that was really rough.
And I just think Wellington got a little bit too laid back. They let their guard down for a little bit too much, and then afterwards they realized, hold on now, what are we doing? We gotta change this back up. We gotta get back to basics, and that's what they did. Well, with a Roadhog, but they got back to basics.
Yeah, no, I have to agree.
But yeah, we will be taking about a couple-minute break, and then we'll be back with map 3 and possibly the last map at match point. All right. Actually, let's go ahead. Sorry, I am alone now. My co-caster has left me, and it is just Miles for the remainder of the stream until we get to our player of the match interview, and that will be between Coach Anderson and the player. But yeah, we are going to see a substitution. Sarah does step out, but Andrew steps back in. So it's likely we're going to be seeing the double flex support coming back for Wellington Napoleon, as it is the staple. But yeah, we will end up be going into map 3 here on Dorado, which is kind of a Wellington staple as well, if I'm going to be honest. We've always kind of been decent. It's kind of a sleeper pick for us, I feel like. So let's go on ahead. We are going to head into the game, and we'll unpause. Yeah, Wellington on the attack first. And it looks like we're going to be going for more of a poke comp, actually, which is going to be huge. We're going to be seeing the Pig Dini Sigma. Man, I'm just like, all right, I got to give the other caster some time to speak, and then I realize... nope, I do not. So yeah, we're going to be seeing the Echo and the Genji coming back. This has been a staple for the varsity DPS lineup from Milkman Mason and Tucker Martin. And yeah, Wift actually going to be coming out on the Mercy. I know she used to play Mercy a lot more, but it's interesting to see her come out in this comp and play it. Let's go ahead and take a POV of Pig Dini here as he lays a big rock onto the soldier. And actually, Tucker Martin is able to find the entry pick here, and Milkman Mason follows up with another one. 2-3 down as Milkman Mason finds another. Does he get the last one? No, but the DPS lineup for Tigers Deos, or Wellington Napoleon Esports, comes up clutch in that first fight on Dorado as Wellington starts the payload progress. He just threw the rock at me. What? We are going to see Milkman Mason being very aggressive and up. Does not get punished for that, however, and we are going to actually see him going up behind and finding one pick. Does he get the other? He does. He finds two. That's incredibly big for this first fight here, as the rest of the team's over on the side. He's going to flake around back. No, he's not. He changes it up. He sees a Ramatra and says, I want some ult charge. Ramatra slept. Big sleep coming out from Vitamin C and a purple, and this is just going to be cleaning up for Tigers Deos at this point. Baptiste dies as well, and man, it is just a stagger. Pig Dini, Milkman Mason cleaning up, as I believe one person's able to get out alive, but sounds like the Reaper's still alive in the background. He is. It's just going to be a huge stagger coming out from Wellington Napoleon now. A little bit under 5 minutes remaining. At this rate, I'd be expecting them to finish with over 5 minutes at the end of the map. At this, it's just going so well for Wellington Napoleon. Tank and Echo ults, actually almost all ults except Nano is coming online. We're going to be seeing Pig Dini using the Graphitic Flux. Only does not actually find anything, and both DPS are even, but we're going to see a Res come out for Fair Play and an Echo coming out for Milkman Mason. Does find one, has to shield up a little bit, and then he can use this ult again. But he is getting low. Reaper ult comes out for Fair Play, knocks Mason out, but Pig Dini hits a huge rocks. Tucker picks up the Ramatra, and now it's just cleaning up again for Tigers Deos as they're getting close to that second point. Oh, to be sitting on the cart. I took a screenshot. There's fun doing it live. Genji gets extremely low there, somehow lives healed up by Ashley here. Same with Pig Dini, goes low, actually falls to the enemy Mercy, and now Fairplay's actually being able to take this back with a couple big ultimates. And Wellington Napoleon falls for the first time this map. Well, not exactly, as the DPS line lives and gets out. It does look like we might be seeing a Genji Blade coming into this which would be really cool to see. It'd be another one for this map. Reaper on the flank, gets caught out by Tucker, but ends up just leaving him alone, it looks like. Doesn't really want to deal with it. Pigdini finds an entry pick here on the Baptiste, uses his ult, gets one, maybe gets two. Soldier off on his own, looks like Mason. Nope, Pigdini ends up clearing that up, and they don't even need a Genji Blade for this fight. Just Sigma ult will do. And Ramatra is running back to spawn. However, Milkman Mason looks like he might be able to clean up. No, he does not. He gets to his supports in time. Very clean playing coming out from Wellington Napoleon Esports on this attack. Blade comes out, dash one, dash slash, gets three! Huge Genji Blade coming out from Tucker Martin here as he goes for the Ramatra, trying to get another pick here as well. Does not quite get it as Pigdini cleans up the last two. Tiger's Dales pushes with 3:47 remaining. Huge time bank coming out for Tiger's Dales here. Now it's the defense. And seeing what they did on King's Row, I'm expecting a little bit of experimenting, if I could call it that. I could just fast forward it, but you know, no. Let's go ahead and take a look at what Wellington is going to be rolling out with here. Much of the same, actually. The only change up is going to be on Cole, or Pigdini is going to be switching over to the Orisa.
Oh, they get the javelin.
Much of your creator. What is she like?
It actually does look like the team that's going to be experimenting is Fair Play. First time I think we've seen an Alari all match, which is going to be really cool to see. Alari being the newest character to Overwatch and was extremely broken out of the gate and has been brought back to where she's kind of a niche pick, but still very powerful in the right hands. Coming out, it looks like Tiger's Dales might, or Wellington Napoleon might already demech the Diva here, but it looks like she's going to get out with her life. Goes back up half health, brings the Mercy Whiffer, just delivering the ultimate charge for the DPS for Wellington Napoleon. Dives the Ana, gets purpled, demeched, and that's going to be a huge stagger on that Baby Diva maybe if they... Nope, they're going to go ahead and take her out. Whiff actually ends up falling on Tiger's Dales here, which is going to be a huge fall maybe? But Vitamin C is here to heal up the team, so I would not be too worried.
Angel at your shoulder. Affirmative. You're welcome.
It does look like Fair Play is going to get a little bit of cart progress here, but Wellington has been able to fully regroup here, and I kind of expect maybe a somewhat big anti coming out. Pylon's already dead for Fair Play, and we're kind of seeing a little bit of a DPS audit coming out here, getting the... we're just going to keep on DPSing. You don't need a healed no echo. You can go ahead and go do whatever you want. Let's get some Mercy gameplay, why don't we? Oh, pulling out the pistol. She does end up picking off the enemy Mercy there. Big pickup from Wisp as Mason ends up picking up the other support. This is some thrilling gameplay coming out from Cole Williamson or Pigdini. Lethality level increased. What a wise words, Orisa. However, it's coming out. We already know it. Genji Blade. Right, he's gonna climb up the wall. Or no, I thought he was gonna dash up there and go for it. Oh. Dash down, gets one, dashes again. Half health, goes for it, gets three! Another three-man Genji Blade coming out from Pixie Rose. Is he gonna be able to get the soldier here? He does not. Vitamin C ends up getting that one. And it looks like the Baby Diva is actually gonna get staggered here heavily, as she's gonna have to build her own ultimate once again to get her mech back. Huge plays coming out from Wellington Napoleon there. 3-man Genji Blade. Very clean. I'd expect to see Duplicate get used here this next fight. As we're just kind of hiding here. It would appear hiding from the Hanzo, has his arrow beamed down sights. Soldier's actually going to go top. Fatal mistake to go up top and challenge the Milkman Mason. Pigdini goes in. I'm expecting to see an ultimate come out from him. Huge ultimate coming out from Pigdini. Finds one. Diva bomb comes out. Finds 2 on Wellington Napoleon. This might be detrimental as Rez comes out, picking up a player for Fair Play. Diva does get demeched, and we are going to see the Duplicate coming out for Tigris Deos on the Diva. Finds one going after Mercy. I don't believe he will be able to build. He does get his ultimate before he runs out of time. Does get the Soldier, and that's actually going to be probably a team fight win. Maybe not, actually. Well, Milkman Mason says, not in my game. Gets a pick there. Wellington's going to be able to regroup and probably get another fight here pretty quickly. Ultimate coming out from Whisper. I'm not really sure if it was needed, but Wellington's going to capitalize off of it, and they're going to find an early pick on the Alari. Cole goes in here, but it doesn't look like Milkman Mason really wants to engage with him. But Milkman Mason does end up picking off the Soldier, and Cole's now just sitting on the cart waiting for his team to get back so they can take this whole fight. Let's take a look over at Tucker Martin here. He does pick off the Mercy, still going after that Diva there, and doesn't look like he's going to be able to do a whole lot. Sloop gets eaten by Defense Matrix there, and yep, this is going to be the end of that there. We're going to see a crushed Hanzo there from the Diva remake, and they are not able to touch the cart. Very, very, very good defense from Tigris Deos there, not even allowing Fair Play to take the first objective on Dorado. So yeah, that will end up being a 3-0 series going in the favor of Wellington Napoleon High School. First game of the season, first win as well. Very excited to see that coming out from Tigris Deos. We are going to go to a quick break, and right afterwards, we'll be back with the Player of the Match interview with Coach Anderson and the Player of the Match. Thank you, thank you.
All right. So today we have Tucker Martin,
Hey,
got player of the match. So for everyone out there, who are you playing tonight? Who is your main?
I was playing Genji.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That DPS character.
Yeah.
And we picked Tucker for player of the match tonight because he was kind of popping off with his ult management. We had some good team fights going on. How do you feel about the overall match?
I think we did pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next week, let's see, we are up against Lexington.
Ooh.
Do you have any worries, or are you nervous, or?
No, not at all.
Okay. All right. You feeling confident about next
Oh,
week?
100%.
Okay. Okay. What do you think you're gonna play next week?
Probably Kree or Genji. Sorry, Cassidy or Genji.
Okay. Okay. You're gonna push it up a little bit,
Yeah,
maybe?
some Symmetra.
Okay.
Yeah.
So overall, how do you think the team handled this afternoon? How do you think it went?
I think it went pretty good. There were definitely some things that we could have improved on. few of us took some needless deaths. I did, definitely.
Okay. Well, that's it. You've heard it from Tucker. This is our first player of the match for our 23-24 season. So thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
See you.